Welcome back, and this is another story time, and this is gonna be about the time I got my second full body cramp. I already made a video about this once, and people seem to like it because they can relate to what happened. I mean, if you're an athlete, it's gonna happen. Don't run from it. I mean, it is what it is. But anyway, since football season, I'm playing NCAA 14. I got it to work finally, and don't pay attention to any of the settings or stuff because I just playing this in weird circumstances. Look at it's snowing, and we're playing at a high school stadium. But that's not the point. This is about the time there will not be that many people at this type of game. But this happened like earlier in the week. Yeah, earlier in the week, and we had football practice because school started for Georgia and well, in my county, excuse me. We're like the earliest to start. We started on July 31st, and it was on a Friday. And I heard rumors that the only reason that they started school on a Friday is because the next Monday we started full pads for football. That's what I heard, but I don't know if it's true or not. But okay, so we had practice I think it happened on a Monday or a Tuesday. No, it happened on a Wednesday, excuse me. Cause the Monday, it rained and we got to practice early, and then Tuesday it wasn't even that hot. No, it was Tuesday. It was Tuesday, excuse me, because I was out Thursday. Well, I wasn't out, but let me get on to my point. Okay, so we had practice Tuesday, and this was after like it rained like really bad, and then all of a sudden like the field just dried up. And it got hot all of a sudden. It was like 1,000 degrees out there. I don't know what the deal was. But we had practice. I mean, it was just a regular practice or whatever. And it was abnormally hot. It was very, very hot. And I should have saw this coming, but I didn't. I just didn't notice the heat. I guess I just tried to... Oh, no, they slipped. I guess I just tried to tough it out. Keep running. But, so after practice, no. It was during the play when I was getting reps. I felt like my leg like popped when I had to go reach down for the ball. Like it was a fumble, so I had to go reach down for the ball, and like my leg like popped, and I had this weird sensation in my left leg, and I was like, ooh, that felt weird. So I just took it off or whatever, and I finished and I ran or whatever. And so practice was over, and I was just chilling or whatever. The coach was talking longer than usual. How'd I pump fake? But he was talking longer than usual, and by the time I got up, I was like, I know I'm gonna cramp up. I can feel it coming. So I walk and I pass the gates to go inside to the locker room, and you have to take off your cleats before you walk in, or they'll yell at you or whatever because they don't want to get marks on the floor or whatever. Okay, I understand that. So it turns out, when I go to take my shoe off, like my cleat off, like I can't, like my foot gets like stuck, and I'm like, what the crap? And like my foot, I started cramping up my foot, so I started walking around. I have the shoelace untied, but like my cleats are like kind of tight, so I kind of gotta like go down and pick them up. And I was like, if I go down and pick them up, I'm gonna catch the meanest cramp. So I take them off by bending over. Eventually, after I manned it out, I went back on the field to get watered, and then came back and took my cleats off. And as soon as I got in the building, I felt my thighs getting tighter, and everybody else said they were cramping up too. And they were trying to go to the training room, and the head trainer, Miss Bonnie, she was like, you can't come in here with those stinky pants on, because I mean, everybody's gonna stink after football practice, so you have to go in the locker room and take your stuff off. And so people were taking their stuff off and heading back to the training room and getting fluids or whatever, and Pedialyte and stuff. But with me, I hit the locker room, I was cramping up extra bad. Like I felt if I stopped for a second, I was toast. So I go to take my pants off, and I was talking, I was socializing. It's kind of my fault in the first place. And like I feel it in my ankle, and once I go to take my pants off, I feel it in my ankle, and my ankle locks up, and I'm like, oh. And there's only like a few people in my section of the locker room, and like I fall forward, like my legs like lock completely out, and I fall forward, and I'm like, Jalen. He's injured right now, but he was just in there for some reason. I guess he was waiting on his ride, and I was like, Jalen, like go get coach, like this is happening, and I kind of felt the full body cramp coming up. So my legs straightened out, and it so happens that they were trying out a new helmet for me, and Coach Adams is walking by trying to find my locker, and I like Coach Adams, and he's steady like acting like he doesn't hear me, and I'm just screaming in pain over here, and he's just walking because a ninth grader had to change helmets out, and so he was looking for my locker so we can switch out helmets, and he was looking for me, and I was screaming, Coach Adams, help me, man. I was in so much pain, and he was like, what are you screaming for? I was like, I'm cramping up, and he was like, so? And I was like, what do you mean, so? And like, the last one, it was during baseball season. He's also a baseball coach, so I mean, I guess he knew about this one. I mean, I guess he just didn't care anymore for some crazy reason. But he just seemed like he didn't care, like he just didn't give a care in the world that like I was about to die because of the cramp. It feels like you're literally about to just turn inside out. Like, it's just so bad. Like, you do anything, you're gonna cramp up in another spot. So he comes in and he's like, Darius, stop screaming, we need to try out this new helmet. And then the other equipment manager, he brings the helmet in that I have to try on, and he's like, what are you doing, son, are you okay? And I was like, no, I'm cramping up. And he's like, oh man, I remember those days. He just starts yapping. I'm like, really? Right here is the right time. He was like, you're gonna have to take those pants off eventually. So finally Coach Adams has the generosity to actually help me take my pants off so I can go in the training room so I can get some Pedialyte so I can go home. And all I'm trying to do is go home at this point. So like, he takes off my pants and he tries to, how about this? When you first walk in, he tries to try on the helmet on me, and I can't. I'm trying to hold my ground. It's hard to walk when your legs are like straight out. I mean, if you ever try to walk with your legs just straight out, like, it's pretty difficult. Like, I couldn't move barely, and every time I like fall over sometimes. Everybody in the locker room just start laughing. Hilarious, guys, hilarious. And so eventually they get my pants off, and I didn't try the helmet on. So I get my pants off, and they get my shorts, and I put on my shorts, and like they're like, the moment like the cramp, like, oh my gosh, they got a third and 14 first down. But the moment you slow down and stop and relax, just go to Miss Bonnie, just head to Miss Bonnie. And like, as soon as I put on my shorts, I was gone. And they were like, slow down, son, slow down. I was stumbling down the hallway trying to get to the training room. Stumbling, bumbling, and rumbling. And I finally get into the training room. Everybody's asking, why are you walking so funny when they're walking down the hallway? I have a cramp in my legs. Don't you see this? And my thighs were flexing so hard. Like, you don't understand how bad they were flexing. Like, you could see like every muscle. Like, it was so bad. It was so bad. And I get to the trainer's room and they give me a Pedialyte, and that doesn't help. And I'm still walking around, like, the training room's in like this little square type room type thing. It's not too big, it's not too small. So I'm walking around like this pad in the middle of the floor to get my legs loose. And like, this junk is like, it won't go away. And I'm like, why won't this go away? And I'm still walking. And it won't go away. And so eventually, it was like 6:10, and I was supposed to be gone by now because practice ended at like 5:30. Oh my gosh, they got another 3rd and 14 first down. Okay, but anyway, so I think I'm good. Like, I just have it in my like ankle now, and so I go back in the locker room, put my clothes on, and I catch one again. So I dart right back, and they give me some more Pedialyte. So I take it, I'm still walking around. That's like 30 more minutes. And jeez, man. And then after that 30 minutes, I think I'm good again. And I walk back in the locker room again, and I catch a cramp in my toe. And I'm like, you know what? Forget it. So I put on my stuff, I walk out to the hallway, and everybody's just waiting for their ride still for some crazy reason because their parents probably... It's raining outside. It's raining, like full on blast, like thunderstorm raining. Like, there's no, it's a bad storm. So I go to put on No. I go to put on my hoodie. No. My book bag over my head, and I got all my stuff in my book bag. I'm ready to go. I'm set. And I tell everybody in the hallway, man, I gotta get in that car, and I gotta go home immediately. So as soon as I get in the car, I catch a cramp in my leg, and I run right back inside with no shoes on, because I couldn't put my shoes on. My legs are still cramped. So I just went inside without my socks, and my socks are soaking wet. And they come back, they're like, "You're back?" And I was like, I caught another one as soon as I got in the car. And they all started laughing, like, "This is hilarious." And eventually I get in the car, I get some tired, I go home, and I'm still cramping up. This goes on for like a few hours, and I'm afraid to go to bed, because if you ever caught a cramp in the bed, you're toast. So there's this thing where you put Epsom salt in a rag and you rub it on your area, on like the areas that cramp, and it actually works. So all throughout the night, I'm waking up in the middle with a cramp, just like rubbing my legs and rubbing like my hand. My arm was cramping up. I'm a quarterback, so I have to throw. Even my arm was cramping up. It was bad. Like, shit, if I dehydrate this bad, I might as well should have just died. But I finally fell asleep, and the next morning my legs were really, really tight, and I feel like cramps coming up as soon as I get out of the bed. And I just feel it. It's just so painful. And so the cramps go on, and I finished practice that day, but I told my coach, like, my legs are like really, really tight. And then the next day, my legs are even more tight. And so the next day I tell coach, I was like, there's no way I can walk. There's no way I can practice on this. So I go to the training room, I get some exercise. I didn't have to go to the weight room that day. And so I get stretched out or whatever, and one of my legs is fine, but my other one was still tight, and it still is tight as I'm making this. And I could barely walk on it, so I had to practice in that. But these cramps, like, I just had constant cramps one night over and over and over. Worst day of my life. Worst day. Hands down. But that was my story of my cramp. Oh, my quarterback went down. I didn't even oh my gosh. But anyway, that's all for the video. I just want to talk about that cramp experience, my second cramp experience. Like, it's really bad. It's starting to get to a point where it's really bad. So I have Pedialyte and stuff, I have bananas and stuff. But yeah. But anyway, thank you for watching the video. Drop a like. I will see you guys later.